What's up YouTube? My name is Jonathan Panda and I'm back again with another bang. And if you read the title of this video, you already know what I'm going to teach you guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to master the straddle planche. Let's get it. So one of the main benefits to the planche is that it increases your straight arm strength. So that's doing exercises with your arms straight out like this. And it increases your core strength and your shoulder strength. And guys, let me tell you, I don't lift weights at all. And since this pandemic started, all I've been doing was literally calisthenics, working on my planche, muscle ups, front levers, all of that. And my physique, look at this, my physique, look at that. This is straight calisthenics. I don't use weights. I only have 15-pound dumbbells, and I only use those to do calf raises. And listen, literally, all of this stuff is just body weight training, and I look this huge and this vascular. I know this may not be very big to some people, but honestly, I feel like my physique is at a point where I can say, I've achieved a certain level of size. And listen, this is all body weight. So like I said, you will gain a lot of straight arm strength, a lot of biceps, shoulder strength, and it's ridiculous. All right, to learn the straddle planche, here are the main things I have to tell you guys. And this is very important because when you're planching, one of the main things that people like to emphasize is the straight arms. Listen, when you planche, it's important to have straight arms. You have to have your arms straight. So for all the exercises that I'm going to show you today, make sure your arms are straight, locked out. You see how the ditch for my elbow is like straight. It's not bent, it's straight. You want that to be straight so that way you can fully master the straddle planche. When you learn how to planche, you have to have your arms straight out, and you have to learn how to push through from your shoulders and turn your hands out. So turn both your hands out and push. And like I said, your arms are straight. So that ditch from your shoulders is straight, and you protract those shoulders. You see that? That's called shoulder protraction. Push from your shoulders and protract them. Just like this. This is the position that you want to get when you learn how to straddle planche, any other planches. Alright, so when people learn how to planche, straddle planche, tuck planche, whatever planche, they go through progressions. So the first progression I had to master before moving on to the next progression was the planche lean. And for the planche lean, like I said, remember, your arms are straight, that ditch in the elbow is straight, so you're basically in the elevated plank position, and all you're going to be doing is basically turning your wrist out. You're going to turn your wrist out, and like I said, elevated plank position. And here's the thing, protract those shoulders and push from your shoulders. And listen, squeeze your core. And here's the main thing about the planche leans. So you're gonna lean forward. You see how my body's starting to straighten out? You see that? Just like that. Past your hands, you're gonna lean forward. Right, so after you master the planche leans, then try to hold it for a longer period of time. And when I first mastered the planche leans, I started off by working on holding it for about 5 seconds, and then I increased the time to 10 seconds, and then I increased the time to 15, and then 20 seconds. And around the time I reached 20 seconds, I was able to master the tuck planche. And the tuck planche is the next progression. And this is how you do the tuck planche. So, like I said, remember, for all these exercises, try to have your arms straight. That ditch in your elbow has to be straight so you can fully master the straddle planche. So your arms are straight, and turn your hands out. You can have them straight, pointed forward, or pointed out. I'd rather have mine pointed out. But like I said, protract those shoulders. That's the main thing. Protract them. Push from your shoulders and lift. Squeeze your core and lift. Just like that. Remember, protract those shoulders. Lift and squeeze. Just like that. And you can try bending forward just a little bit more, so that way you're kind of simulating the planche even more, so that way you can really work those anterior deltoids. And you want to do that because the stronger your anterior deltoids are, the easier it is to master the planche. And just like the planche leans, when I first mastered the tuck planche, I started holding it for longer hold times. First I started off with 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, and then 15 seconds. And when I got to that point, then I started learning how to straddle planche. Like I started getting into it. Like I got to this point. I was getting out of the tuck planche position like this. I was coming out like that, and then I'll stop right there. And at that point, I was like, oh snap, I'm learning the straddle planche. And once you reach that stage, that's when you really have to start pushing. You have to start pushing. You have to start pushing hard. And once you reach that stage, you're gonna start feeling good. You rest, but work even harder, because once you start feeling like you have it, you know, some people tend to quit, but you have to keep pushing. Once you reach this stage right here, when you can come out of that tuck planche, like right here, start working even harder. Start working even harder. And how do you work even harder? Start adding dynamic exercises. So some good dynamic exercises are pseudo push-ups, and pseudo push-ups are like this. So instead of just leaning, now you're actually doing push-ups. So elbow ditch is straight, hands are turned out, elevated plank position, and like I said, squeeze your core and push up and down, just like that. Those are pseudo push-ups. You're really gonna feel it in your shoulders, mainly those anterior deltoids. You're gonna feel it. They're gonna burn, and when that burn comes, you know you're working. And once you start feeling that, I'm telling you, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Because if you stop, you're gonna slow it down. But you have to keep working. Listen, the planche is not easy. It took me 1 year, and I had to learn how to balance my time schedule, when I was gonna do certain things, so that way I don't burn out. So when you're doing these exercises right here, don't just do them every day. Like, it's okay to do planche leans every day, because really, that's good, but it's not gonna do a lot of like damage like pseudo push-ups. Or the next dynamic exercise is the tuck planche push-ups. And for this right here, you're in the tuck planche position, and what you're gonna be doing is just doing push-ups in that position. So just like that. You see how my arms are straightening up? So I'll come down and I'll come right back up. And you're really gonna feel it right here. You're gonna feel that so much. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Those are the progressions and the exercises that I use in order to master the straddle planche. If you want to learn how to master the straddle planche, you have to work on it almost daily. Almost daily, guys. Literally almost daily. Like, learning how to straddle planche took a lot of time, and for me, being 6'2" and about 190 pounds, this was not easy. Listen, most people that learn how to planche are lightweight, and it's very rare to find a tall person that can master the planche. So I really had to work on it, and I was working on it daily. So every day when I would wake up, in this area right here, I would wake up, do 3 sets of planche leans like this for 20 seconds. And then I'll squeeze my core. Squeeze my core. Then after that, I'll switch over to the tuck planche, and I'll do that for 3 sets. And in total, that's like 3 static hold sets. And I would do that every day. And then the days that I'll really work on planche, I would put maximum effort in. And for every set, I'll make sure that I'm fully rejuvenated and my arms are locked out. And listen, the planche is hard, so don't give up. Don't stress out on it. It's good to be in that stressful area, but don't stress and quit on it. You know, stress for happiness, stress for ambition, stress for joy, to feel gratified. Don't stress to feel sad and like you want to give up. So keep pushing. And I know if you're into calisthenics, this is probably one of your main goals. So if you really want to achieve the planche, make sure you're working on it daily. I mean daily, guys. Especially if you're a guy like me who's 6'2". Like I said, 6'2", 190 pounds. This wasn't easy. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more workouts, more progressions like this, more advice on my channel, just put it down in a comment and I'll get back to you. And if you have any personal questions that you don't want to write in the comment box, send it to my email at jonathanpanda36@gmail.com. And I also have other social media platforms. I have an Instagram and Snapchat account. So check those out. Follow me on those. And thank you guys again. And remember, like and subscribe. Let's grind. Let's get it. And if you're watching this video, you don't have on any socks like me, you're at home, you're in quarantine, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put out bangers for you.